Let's explore some of the most famous artists in history and their masterpieces. First, we have a famous lady, the Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci in the year 1503. It is thought that the woman in the picture was Lisa Gioconda, wife of a Florentine merchant Francesca del Gioconda. Title: Mona Lisa means My Lady Lisa. It is painted on poplar wood instead of canvas with oil paints using a technique called sfumato, soft, heavily shaded modeling instead of line modeling. The famous Mona Lisa hangs in the Louvre in Paris, France, and has her own room and mailbox where fans send her love letters even today. Next, we have a Dutch painter named Peter Cornelis Mondrian. He is famous for his abstract art using the primary colors red, yellow, and blue. He focused on geometric shapes, lines, and squares as seen in this famous work Broadway Boogie Woogie, painted in 1942. Painting is thought to depict New York City's energy and rhythm. This well-known masterpiece is painted by Johannes Vermeer. This painting is called The Girl with a Pearl Earring, painted in 1665. Features an unnamed girl wearing exotic clothes and a big pearl earring. Ultramarine colored paint was used in the turban, and it was very expensive as it was mined from lapis lazuli and was labor and time intensive to extract the pigment. Turban she is wearing was not common of the girls in that area, and was used to depict a cultural worldliness. Pearl earring represented status and wealth. The masterpiece hangs in the Mauritshuis Museum in The Hague, Netherlands. This masterpiece was painted by Oscar Claude Monet, the founder of Impressionist painting. Monet rarely used the value black in his works as he felt it had a dulling effect. Instead, he used a colors complement or opposite color to darken an area. For example, to darken something blue, he would add some orange or red. This painting is from a series Monet painted called Water Lilies. He actually turned a swampy area behind his house into a lily pond and built a Japanese-style bridge over it to become the subject of this series. Here are two more paintings by Oscar Claude Monet. Woman with a Parasol was a painting of Madame Monet and her son painted in 1875, while the other painting is called Haystacks and it was painted in 1891 and is a well-known work of Monet's. This famous artist is Rembrandt van Rijn. Painting is titled The Night Watch and was painted in 1642. This is one of the most famous paintings in the world. It shows the captain of the guard and his lieutenant rounding up the guardsmen in order to march out. Painting is large and uses dramatic lighting to create such a compelling scene. This work of art was created by Edvard Munch and is called The Scream. He painted two versions of The Scream, one in 1893 and one in 1895. Painting represents a panic attack that Munch had alongside a path he was traveling with friends in Oslo. The work became a popular representation of anxiety and has appeared in magazine covers and books on mental illness since the early 1900s. This painting is called The Persistence of Memory. It is painted by Salvador Dali back in 1931 and is the most widely known work of surrealism. Painting shows melting clocks and pocket watches along with some ants in a desert landscape. There is also a self-portrait thrown into the painting with a clock melting on his face. Painting is thought to represent the relationship between time and space. Pablo Ruiz Picasso was one of the most famous artists ever. He was known for his modern art pictured in these paintings below. The Weeping Woman and the Emile Barré et la Robe Quadrillée, Marie-Therese Walter, both painted in 1937. He used vivid, bright, and bold colors with a thick impasto painting technique. He was also known for his blue period, where for a period of time he used lots of blue and blue-green tones, and also the rose period, where he used lots of bright pinks, reds, and oranges. He also had an African period, a Cubist period, and crystal period. He created a large body of work, and there is too much to even put in this video to show his vast history of works. This swirling sky with vibrant colors masterpiece is called Starry Night by Vincent Van Gogh. Van Gogh painted with thick expressive brush strokes using bright bold colors that convey his emotions. Vincent van Gogh had some struggles with mental illness, and he painted this from his stay in an insane asylum where he was getting help for his condition. He only sold one painting in his lifetime but has several paintings today that are highly valuable and beautiful. Another masterpiece by Van Gogh that is well known is the Sunflower Still Life painting series. He uses the vibrant variation of yellows in this version below. Van Gogh saw sunflowers as symbols of gratitude and a way to express his positive emotions. Van Gogh's sunflowers have been admired worldwide. In the year 1876, French painter and artist Pierre-Auguste Renoir painted Bal du Moulin de la Galette, commonly known as Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette. Painting shows a typical Sunday afternoon at the original Moulin de la Galette in the district of Montmartre in Paris. Back then, the working-class Parisians would dress up and spend time there dancing, drinking, and eating galettes into the evening. This painting is called Tahitian Women on the Beach and was painted in 1891 by Eugene-Henri Paul Gauguin. Painting was done while he was in Tahiti and shows the Polynesian culture in a lush tropical scene. Here are two paintings by American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. She was known for her flower paintings. The one on the left is called Jimson Weed White Flower No. 1 and the one on the right is called Red Canna. Her paintings conveyed her feelings about nature. Next we have two paintings by Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderon, a Mexican painter. The one on the left is called Self-Portrait with Thorn Necklace and Hummingbird painted in 1940, and the one on the right is called The Two Fridas painted in 1939. She is known for painting self-portraits and using vibrant colors showing themes of self-identity, nature, and the human body among others. She is quoted as saying she doesn't paint dreams or nightmares, she paints her own reality. These are just a few of the famous artists and their masterpieces.